Week 4 of the NFL season is here. I got cooked last week, but this week we're going to do better, bigger things. I'm not even going to waste my time. Let's go straight into the games. We're going to start things off with Thursday Night Football. The Seattle Seahawks versus the Arizona Cardinals. Actually, a really good Thursday Night Football game. I'm going to be honest. We don't usually get banger Thursday night games. Nice little rivalry. Look, I did some research. Statistics do not lie. But the problem is the statistics point both ways. Whichever way you want to cherry pick the stats, they're going to favor this matchup. You have Seattle Seahawks, who are not great on Thursday Night Football. And then you have the Cardinals, who absolutely suck against Seattle, specifically in the Kyler era. Kyler's like 2-8 versus Seattle all time. So it's tough. It's tough. We don't really know which way to lean here. But I am going to have an official play here. We're starting off the week with an official play. Arizona is a little bit overrated in my opinion. And you guys should already know how I feel about Seattle. I love Seattle. I think they're going to win the division. Arizona beats New Orleans week 1. Okay, who cares? Not really impressive. They barely squeaked by Carolina week 2. And it's like they had a big lead and gifted Carolina the comeback. Damn near lost that game. And then they lose a game versus San Fran last week. And they should have won it, if we're being honest. They played a lot better than San Fran, but just made stupid mistakes. Marvin Harrison with costly drops. But I still don't think Arizona's that good. Not to mention, James Conner's out for the year, so their run game took a massive hit. Unless they're going to bring in some kind of backup, they're going to struggle. They will struggle. I'm taking Seattle money line as an official play. I think Seattle's a lot better. Their D is legit. They have a great D line. They're getting a couple pieces back on that defense that should make up for whatever was lacking before. Even with, who cares about the defense? We can take away the defense. This Seattle offense is better than Arizona's offense for sure all day. I think Darnold's going to cook here. Jackson Smith and Jigba is a beast. If the run game gets going early, right, with Walker and Charbonnet, it's over. This is a little bit trappy, I feel like. It is a little bit trappy, but then I could see why this game is the way it is. Cardinals open as the favorite, and then it flipped Seahawks as the favorite. Fuck it, I'm taking Seattle moneyline, official play. I like Seattle moneyline here. I really think they're going to beat Arizona pretty easily. Or Arizona's kind of overrated, and Seattle's underrated. That's the way I look at it. So my pick is going to be Seattle moneyline, official play, on to Sunday. All right, next we got an international game in Dublin, actually. I don't know if this is the first one in Dublin, but I feel like it's always in London. Now it's in Dublin, Ireland. Conor McGregor's a legend. We got the Minnesota Vikings versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Oh, what a stinky little game this is. Minnesota is favored on the road, but it's not really a road game because, it's in Ireland. It's tough to predict this one because on one hand, you have Minnesota who looked really good last week. The defense was lights out. This defense was lights out for Minnesota. But to my knowledge, McCarthy's not starting and it's still going to be Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz? Ugh. As for the Steelers, let's be honest. The Steelers are 2-1. And they just as easy could be 0-3. Could have lost to the Jets, and definitely could have lost to the Patriots. Obviously, coulda, shoulda, woulda, but we have to take into account that it's not like the Steelers are winning these games in dominant fashion. They're losing pretty easy games, I guess you could say. They're coming close. I shouldn't say it like that. That's not the right way to phrase it. They're not losing them. They're coming close to losing pretty easy games. The Jets suck. Who'd they lose to last week? Who'd they beat? You see, the Patriots suck. This is such a weird game. I'm going to take Minnesota. I think Minnesota wins. I think Minnesota covers. I just hope Aaron Rodgers loses, to be honest, if we're being legit. I don't want Aaron Rodgers to win. I hate this motherfucker. Hope he loses. What is interesting here, I will talk about this, the over-under, the total, it's 40.5. And what needs to be taken into account is the fact that these football fields in international countries are a little bit weird and a little bit different. I'm assuming, again, I know nothing about Ireland. If you ask me to name a fact about Ireland, I would say Conor McGregor was from there. Like, I know nothing about Ireland. I'm going to take a wild guess, a pretty bold guess, and say that there are no actual football fields, American football fields in Ireland. And this is just going to be a soccer stadium turned into a football stadium for the day, which means it's a soccer field turned into a football field. And obviously that means a lot. I think this is the same place where they play college football in the beginning of the year, week 0. Again, could be wrong. But I know in the college football game, that game was very slippery and slidey. So it's very difficult at times for the players to get acclimated to the conditions. I don't mind taking the under. I'm not going to take the under as an official play, but I will throw that out there that the under is an interesting play here because you do have Vikings defense, which is very good. The Steelers defense historically is pretty good. So it's not like, they're not great this year, but historically they are good. And last week they were actually pretty impressive. So maybe they are back. But I still would take the under. I'm not taking it as an official play. I could see this being a shootout at the same time. That's the but. Nevertheless, I'll lean under, take the Vikings money line and spread just for video's sake. But I'm going to be honest, I'm not betting on this game at all. It'll be a miracle if I wake up in time to watch this. All right, let's go to the normal Sunday slate. Back to normal, the 1 o'clock games. Washington Redskins versus the Atlanta Falcons. I'm not even going to bullshit with you guys. Atlanta is the best pick this fucking week. I'm almost certain. I'm trying to look through the other games. Is there any other games that I love more than Atlanta? Maybe one. But Atlanta is one of the best picks this week. This is the biggest buy low, sell high spot I've ever seen. Atlanta is a slight underdog, a 1-point underdog against Washington. As of right now, there's no inclination that Jaden Daniels is going to play. So I'm assuming Mariota is the starter. And I'm assuming this line reflects Mariota being the starter. If JD was playing, I would assume Washington is a lot higher favorite. Nevertheless, it doesn't matter who plays, JD or Mariota. I am gambling a little bit here by taking this as an official play, this early in the week, I guess you can say. Simply because if JD does play, I'm assuming the line's going to go a lot bigger in favor of the Washington team. Nevertheless, Atlanta Falcons, money line as an official play, minus 100. Actually, why are they minus 100? I've never seen minus 100. I've only seen plus 100. Whatever, it doesn't matter. It means it's 1-1. Give me Atlanta money line as an official play. Everybody thinks they're dog shit because of what happened last week. And don't get me wrong, they did shit themselves badly last week, getting bageled by the Panthers, which is like crazy. Getting bageled is a one thing, but by the Panthers is even worse. I think Atlanta had a letdown game against a division rival on the road. They're back at home versus Washington that I think is being overrated a bit because of how badly they beat the Raiders last week and how good Mariota played. I'm taking Atlanta money line as an official play. Atlanta at home all day. I'm not big on Washington. Their D is okay. Now look, if JD plays, it's going to suck because I'm assuming you'll probably get Falcons at like +3. But I'm taking it as JD's not playing. That's how I'm taking it. Falcons money line, official play. Lock it in, baby. That's a win. I hope. Next game, New Orleans Saints versus the Buffalo Bills in probably, I'm assuming, the biggest spread this year so far. And what could arguably be the biggest spread this entire season. 15.5 points. 15.5 points. The Buffalo Bills are favored. Yeah, this game is going to be pretty short. I really have no analysis on it. Like, what? The Bills are the best team in the NFL? I don't think there's anyone better than them. And New Orleans is without a doubt the worst team in the NFL. They got dog walked by Seattle last week. I mean, they got obliterated by Seattle. Just imagine what the Bills are going to do to them. Off a mini bye as well, because Bills played on Thursday Night Football last week. Yeah, I got to take the Bills here. Bills are going to win this one, obviously. And the Bills are going to cover here. I'm not taking anything as an official play. Simply because it's like 15.5 points. You're going to lay 15.5 points. That's wild. The spread did move down. It was at 16.5, which is a sign that you should take the Saints. But I'm not. There's no way I'm putting money on the Saints. And I can't put money on such a big favorite in Buffalo. I'll take the Bills to cover, Bills to win. Stay away from this game. Don't even throw the Bills in the parlay. Actually, you know what I'll say? I'll say like this. I'm going to take the Bills as my survivor pick. I'm still alive after week 3. I know some of you may have lost in survivor in week 3 because of Green Bay, Atlanta as well, maybe. I'm still alive. I'll tell you guys my recap of my survivor picks. Week 1 was Denver. Week 2 was Arizona. Week 3 was Seattle. Those are my 3 weeks thus far. I'm still alive in survivor. The Bills' schedule is very easy as of right now, and then it really picks up like about midway through the season. So use your Bills pick if you're still alive now. This is an opportunity, I think, for the Bills to win big, and I don't mind using a team like the Bills early because I'm very happy with who I used thus far. Cardinals, Seahawks, Broncos are not all that. They're not the top echelon teams. I'm going to take the Bills here as my survivor pick, hopefully survive in advance to week 4. And then maybe some other heavy favorite loses. That would be amazing because then it whittles down the competition. That way, in the next coming weeks, it can continue using some of the bigger teams. Maybe I'll win Survivor. I'll win a couple thousand. That'll be nice. But yeah, I'll take the Bills as my survivor pick. Bills win. Bills cover. No bet for me on this one. Next game, we have the Cleveland Browns versus the Detroit Lions. This is such a weird game also because Lions are favored by 10 points. And it makes sense, right? They're at home. They're coming off a huge win versus the Baltimore Ravens. Their offense looked so good. Their running game is amazing. This two-headed monster of Gibbs and Montgomery is probably the best in the league. I wouldn't even say probably, without a doubt, the best running back duo in the league. They can throw the ball as well. Amon-Ra's a beast. Jameson Williams is a beast. And then the Browns are coming off their biggest win in long time, and for being honest, I don't know who to pick here, guys. I'm going to be honest. I don't know who to pick here. I think Detroit wins. I really do. I think Detroit wins. But I could see Browns just pulling it off again. I'm telling you, I could definitely see the Browns pulling it off just for shits and gigs. I'll take the Lions to win, Lions to cover. It'll be a disappointing spot for the Browns. That's the best analysis I have. Lions are too good to bet against right now. They've overcame their coordinator problems and are back to normal. I don't think the Lions are necessarily a Super Bowl team. Dan gambles too much. We've been saying this. It's too much at times, and that's what's going to cost him. But it's going to cost him much later on. Against the Browns in week 4, it's whatever. I'll take the Lions to win, Lions to cover. No bet for me on this one. I want nothing to do with this game. Again, like I said, I would not be surprised if the Browns somehow pull this off. But it just seems like even though their defense is that good, and it is that good, I don't know if they can pull it off twice like they did versus the Packers last week. Lions offense is just that much better. If I had to, pick simply between the defense of the Browns and the Lions offense, I probably would give the slight advantage to the Lions offense, just a little bit. But nevertheless, the Browns D is pretty strong. On the flip side of things, I think the Lions D is a lot better than the Browns offense. So I'll take the Lions win, Lions cover, but no play for me on this one. I want nothing to do with this. Next game, Tennessee Titans versus the Houston Texans. I'm mad! I am mad! You know why? I saw this game a couple days ago before seeing the spread. And, fuck. Hold on. My bad. I was moving too much. That's the issue. I was moving too much. I got a little too excited. So I saw this game a couple days ago when I didn't see the spread yet, but I saw it was going to be the matchup when I was doing President's video, for example. And I was so excited because I'm like, all right, this is such a good spot for the Texans where they've looked absolutely awful on offense the last 3 weeks. They're 0-3. It's like they haven't been able to do anything literally nothing on offense. They've done nothing. And I'm like, this is a good spot. 2 teams that are 0-3, but the Titans have looked, I feel like, slightly better. They're not winning games, but they're very close, and they compete, which is more than I can say for the Texans, who barely compete in games that they arguably could be winning. The spread is 7 fucking points. 7 points? Are you fucking kidding me? 7 points? Who in their right mind would lay 7 points on the Texans in a division game? Fuck no. I was expecting Texans -4, Texans -5, and I would have took that shit all day. But with this spread, fuck no. Fuck no. Look, I'm not betting on this game simply because you guys already know the rules. Every time I bet on the Titans, they fucking kill me. And I'm not betting on the Titans either way here. If I was to bet on this game, I would bet the Titans, but I'm not doing it. I'm going to take the Texans to win. I'm going to take the Texans to cover. Simply put, they're the better team here, and they will win this. They need this win a lot more than Titans. Titans are not a playoff team. Texans, before the season started, were a playoff team, coming off 2 back-to-back division round appearances. I can't believe the spread is fucking 7. It almost feels like they're giving you the 7 because they want you to take the Titans, and they know like Texans can definitely win this game. But would you be surprised if this is like a 10-13 game? Texans winning 10-13. I wouldn't be. I'm not betting this game. I'll take the Texans to win, Texans to cover. I'm done. I thought I had a good line for this one, but then I saw the spread and I was like, fucking kidding me, man. Next game. Carolina Panthers versus the New England Patriots. Another interesting game here. I'm not betting this one either. I don't have a lot of bets this week, actually, funny enough. Patriots are mid, but then again, they should have won last week. They just shot themselves in the foot over and over and over again. And the turnovers was just atrocious. Panthers coming off a huge win. So you're sitting there looking at this line saying, like, shouldn't the Panthers be bigger, like, or I should say smaller underdogs, right? Like, wouldn't you rather have it at like Patriots -3, Patriots -2? Patriots -5 is a lot. This is a little bit of a trap game, and it almost feels like you should be taking the Patriots all day. Patriots to win, Patriots to cover. I can see the Panthers pulling it off, but this just feels like a letdown spot for Carolina. As much as I do like Carolina, I actually really like Carolina this season, and they're the type of team that I'm going to take to cover the spread. But in a game like this, which feels like it should be closer in odds, a little bit trappy, bounce back game for the Patriots maybe. I'll take the Patriots to win, Patriots to cover. I'm not going to take it as an official play, but I would lean Patriots -5. That would be like the closest thing from an official play, right? Some of these games, like I literally want nothing to do with, like that Lions game or that Bills game, like I will not be touching it at all. Here, the Patriots game is like one of those I'll be, pondering on. But I won't take it as an official play. Give me the Patriots to win, Patriots to cover. I like the Panthers though. Next game. We got the Chargers versus the Giants. The key story in this game, Russell Wilson, Danger Russ, a.k.a. Mr. Unlimited, a.k.a. Mr. Limited, is now on the bench. He's done. Jackson Dart season starts in New York. A little bit premature. I'm going to be honest. I think it's premature. I would have started Russ in a game like this. I think the Giants have an easier game coming up either next week or 2 weeks from now. I would have started him, Jackson Dart, then. Here it's tough because you're looking at a Chargers team. Yes, it's a home game, and that's probably what it is, that the fact that they want Jackson Dart at home to start. Because you saw how excited the Giants fans were on Sunday night when Jackson Dart was in the game. They really want this kid to play. I mean, he's the rookie quarterback. Who doesn't want their rookie quarterback to play, right? Look, there's no fucking way in hell I'm picking Jackson Dart and the Giants. If this was Russell Wilson and the spread was 6.5, I may have taken it. But the Chargers have looked ridiculously hot. I mean, ridiculously hot. Not to mention the fact that the Chargers D is very, very good. Arguably top 10, top 5 in the league. Chargers in general have looked fantastic. Giants look dog shit, and you don't know what to expect from Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart could come out there and light the Chargers up and be the next big thing, or he could come out there and shit his pants. I'm not big on Jackson Dart to start with that. I don't think he's going to be all that, if we're being honest. I don't think he's the future of New York either. Little Mississippi boy, college. But, these dudes don't adjust well in New York. I'm telling you. I've seen it so many times now. These dudes don't adjust in New York. Whether they're from like deep south or like the West Coast, they don't adjust at all. I've seen it with the Jets millions of times. We've had 2 USC quarterbacks who just can't play for us. Zach Wilson as well was like a shit show. Giants, I mean, besides Eli went to Mississippi as well. That's the interesting part. But still, like a lot of these New York quarterbacks, they have a tough time adjusting to like New York itself if they come from a small college or like a small town, so I don't know what to expect from Jackson Dart. Yapping too long for this one. I need to make this video quick. Chargers win, Chargers cover. No official play for me on this one. I don't know what to expect from Dart. I think this could be a letdown spot for, I almost said San Diego, the Chargers. But again, like, not enough faith in Jackson Dart to take the Chargers or take the Giants against the spread. Not enough faith to take the Chargers either on the money line or the spread. I'll take Chargers win, Chargers cover, no official play. Next game, the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Buccaneers. Look at me! Look at me when I say this. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what happened last week. I do give a fuck. I'm lying. I'm lying. I do give a fuck. That shit show that happened with the Rams made me contemplate every decision I ever made in my life. At the end of the day, this is another trap spread in the exact same fucking line. 3.5. I know last week the Eagles were at home and the line was 3.5. This is the opposite. The Eagles are on the road and the line's 3.5. I also know that Mike Evans is out. I don't give a fuck that Mike Evans is out. Mike Evans is done. Mike Evans is done. It's Ibuka time. I don't know his first name, something with an E. Ibuka. It's his time now. And I think Godwin is coming back as well. Who do you think I'm taking? Just take a wild guess who you think I'm taking. Obviously, I'm taking the Buccaneers. Obviously. There's no way they are going to make up for what the shit that was the Rams last week. The Buccaneers are going to cover the spread. The Buccaneers are going to win this game. Give me the Tampa Bay Buccaneers plus 3.5 as an official play. Look. This could age very badly. As usual with the Eagles. I'm just not sold on Philly. They have yet to have a convincing win. I'm telling you. Week 1 was not convincing at all. Week 2 was not convincing at all. And last week they should have lost. They've yet to show me that they are the big dogs that they were last year. They're fucking overrated. I don't give a fuck. They should have lost last week. Or at least not cover the spread last week. Fuck this. Give me Tampa! Tampa plus 3.5 on the spread. Official play. Love it, love it, love it. Baker is going to bake. Baker is my boy. He's going to cook for me. He's not going to let those pesty-ass Eagles. They're pests. That's what they are. They're pests. Rats. Eagles are not doing shit. Give me the Buccaneers plus 3.5 as an official play. I love it. Next game, Indianapolis Colts versus the Los Angeles Rams. I'm going to be honest here. I should never, ever bet the Rams ever again after what happened last week. They should be on my no-bet list for the rest of time. However, in this game, it's very interesting. I feel like a little bit of a trap spread. 3.5 points. So you look at the Rams. They've been pretty good this season. Obviously, tough loss last week, but still pretty good. It's the Rams. They're consistent. They've been there, done that pretty much ever since McVay became the coach. The Colts, on the other hand, you have the hottest team in the NFL. Indiana Jones is balling. This team looks unbelievable. JT looks sick. Probably his best season since what, 21? I mean, it's obviously early to say, but JT looks great. I'm going to take the Rams. I'm taking the Rams. That's an official play, by the way. Rams minus 3.5 official play. Obviously, that means I think the Rams are going to win. I just believe that the Colts have not played anybody good yet, and that's the issue. The Colts have yet to play somebody legit. Because it's like, what? They beat Miami week 1. No idea who they beat in week 2. Who did they beat in week 2? Oh, Denver. Which, a game they should have lost. They should have lost Denver, but beat them, luckily. And last week was Tennessee. They dog-walked Tennessee. That was my bad for picking Tennessee. So, yeah, nobody legit yet, or at least nobody on the level, because Broncos are legit, but they're not on the level of the Rams. I'm taking the Rams to cover here as an official play. It's an official play! Rams are going to want revenge from last week. They're going to win this game big. They're not only going to win this game big, but they're going to make a statement to show A, they are still around and the big dogs, and B, the Colts are puppies and they're frauds. I wouldn't say they're frauds, but they're not as good as people think they are just because they beat up on a bunch of shit teams. Rams, cover the spread, official play, avenge me, Rams, avenge me from last week. If Rams don't cover this spread, they're in trouble. They're in trouble. They're going to be in some trouble. Next game, we have Jaguars versus San Fran. Trap spread here all the way. I'm not betting this game, though. I don't know why in the world San Francisco 49ers are 3.5-point favorites. This is psychotic. I mean, literally psychotic. Who in the world is playing for this Niners team? I mean, everybody's injured. Everybody. Not to mention that everyone's injured, but their best fucking player is now out for the season. I don't see how the Niners are 3.5-point favorites. But then again, the Jaguars are kind of overrated at the same time, which like they haven't done anything. Look like shit versus the Texans and still managed to win the game just because the Texans are that garbage. I'm taking the Niners to win. I'm taking the Niners to cover here. Trap game. Niners should not be 3.5-point favorites. And I wouldn't be surprised if this line closes at 3, maybe even 2.5, just because people are going to bet on the Jaguars. Nevertheless, I can't pick the Jaguars in a position like this. I got to take the Niners. Niners are the better team healthy. That's not even debatable. But they're not healthy. That's the thing. It's still going to be Mac Jones most likely. Maybe by miracle, Purdy will come back. Kittle's on IR still. Bosa's out. I think Jennings is still banged up. Ayuk is out. Everyone's injured for the Niners. I'll take the Niners to win. Niners cover. But no official play for me on this one. This is a trappy little game here. Next game, arguably the best game of the week. We have the Ravens versus the Chiefs. Sick game here. Honestly, kind of crazy. Guys, kind of crazy how one of these two teams is going to be 1-3 after this. They're both 1-2. Ravens have looked a little bit better. Obviously choking badly versus the Bills in week 1. And, not doing necessarily great versus the Lions last week, but good enough. You know what I mean? The Chiefs have not convinced me at all. They've lost their first 2 games versus 2 very good teams. And then even last week, they got lucky. Like, they won by a good amount against the Giants, but the Giants shot themselves in the foot. Dumb mistakes. Bad throws by Wilson. Not to mention bad throws by Wilson. There was a few times where there was a big 10-point swing right before halftime where Giants could have recovered a fumble because of a stupid play by both Mahomes and Pacheco. Mahomes was throwing these backwards passes. I don't know why. It could have changed the whole outcome of the game. It's at home, and the Chiefs are underdogs at home, which I guarantee you're going to see all these stats about Patrick Mahomes, like never being an underdog at home. Not to mention that if he is an underdog, he usually wins the game. I'm taking the Ravens here to win and to cover. Official play. Yep, I was thinking about it. I was debating it. I was going to convince myself not to do it, but I convinced myself to do it. Give me the Ravens as an official play. I really like Baltimore here. I think Baltimore is kind of underrated in a way, I guess you could say, because they're 1-2 and people think like, oh, they're dog shit. But realistically, they lost to 2 very good teams. One of them they should have beat. The other one they got outplayed. If Derrick Henry doesn't make stupid mistakes and makes costly fumbles late in the game, Ravens should win big here. I think the Ravens offense is a lot stronger than the Kansas City Chiefs offense. Obviously, the Chiefs D is a lot better than the Ravens D, but I don't think the Ravens offense is going to struggle against this Chiefs D. Lamar can run. Obviously, he's a running back. And he could throw the ball too. As long as the Ravens O-line holds up, which I'm worried about, but not overly worried, Ravens get the job done. Ravens minus 2.5. That's an official play. Next game. The Bears versus the Raiders. I love this game. I love this game. I was saying Atlanta's my favorite play. This is probably my other favorite play. Tied for first, whatever you want to call it. Look. Bears had a cute little game last week. Cute little performance against the shit Alice Cowboys. We're calling them the Alice Cowboys because they have no D. And they looked good versus a team that cannot play defense. When they have played teams that can play defense, i.e. Minnesota, Detroit, they've gotten obliterated. Absolutely obliterated. The Raiders can play D. The Raiders' offense isn't great, but the Raiders can play D. This is the most overrated Bears team in this moment simply because of what happened last week versus the Cowboys. If you even think for one goddamn second that Caleb Williams is going to go out there and play the way he did last week, you're out of your goddamn mind. Give me the Raiders money line as an official play. The Raiders are going to win this game. The Raiders are going to cover the spread. I'm taking the Raiders money line just to be safe because I don't want to lose by 1 point. But the Raiders money line official play is so good. It's so sexy. I love it so much. Buy low, sell high spot. Raiders got dog walk versus Washington last week. The Bears looked absolutely amazing versus Dallas last week. And the line is Raiders are a slight favorite. Psh, yeah, right. Yeah, right. Trap game of all trap games. I don't think the Bears are that good. They had an overrated win versus a team that doesn't play defense. Give me the Raiders money line all day. All day. The Raiders D is pretty good. Max Crosby. Max Crosby is going to have a hell of a game as well. Raiders money line official play all day. Sunday Night Football. Very good Sunday night game, by the way. Just simply for the storyline. Green Bay versus the Dallas Cowboys. Again, no D, so they're the Dallas Cowboys. Look, the spread is huge. To be 7-point favorites on the road after a loss that the Packers suffered is insane. But then again, it's like, what justification would you have for the Cowboys? Their defense is non-existent, worse than the league by far. Definitely the worst defense in the league. And their offense is missing their best playmaker in CD Lamb. To put it simply, Micah Parsons is going to have a field day, career legacy game. I mean, the guy is going to destroy the Cowboys. And I guarantee he's going to be pointing up at Jerry. You know, fuck you, Jerry. People are going to go crazy because this is in Dallas, booing Jerry and shit because Mike is going to have a crazy game. The Packers are going to bounce back from their tough loss. I'm going to take the Packers to win. I'm going to take the Packers to cover. I'm not going to take it as an official play simply because I could see the Cowboys offense kind of sort of keeping it close and then getting a backdoor cover. Cowboys offense isn't horrible. Missing CD is huge. But if the O-line plays semi-decent, not great, semi-decent for the Cowboys, they keep it close. The Packers defense is going to win them the games this year. In a game like this, I'm assuming Jordan Love could carry, but you never know what to expect here. I'll take the Packers win, Packers cover. No official play for me on this one. Monday Night Football. We have 2 Monday night games. One of them being the Jets versus the Dolphins. Lucky me, I don't have to get my Sunday ruined after 1:30 p.m. I get to wait till Monday to ruin my night. Actually, let me rant about this first. I liked it better when they had 2 Monday night games and it was like 7 o'clock and then 10 o'clock. It was late, but it was better. This bullshit is so stupid. Why are the Jets playing at 7 and then the Bengals Broncos at 8:15? Both these games are going to be running at the same time, and I'm not going to be able to watch Bengals versus Broncos because I have to watch the Jets get their ass kicked. Jets are 2.5-point underdogs versus the Miami Dolphins. This is the battle of, oh my God, how are these teams so fucking bad? I can't even understand why in the world this would be on Monday night in the first place. It's literally what this will be. I hate the Jets. They make me go bald and shit. They make me cry. They make me want to hurt myself. I hate the Jets so much. I can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore. I'm taking the Jets to win, Jets to cover. You know I'm not betting this game. There's no official play for me on this one. If you guys are debating on watching this game, do yourself a favor and don't. I mean, what's funny is actually this game could be pretty good. 2 shitty-ass defenses. It could be a high-scoring, fun game. But if you're a Jets fan or a Dolphins fan, this is torture to watch because both of us suck. And we're both 0-3, and nobody wants to be 0-4. But it's not like 1-3 is much better. Jets win, Jets cover. Next game. I don't want to talk about this. Shit little Monday night, real Monday night game. It's Bengals versus Broncos. It's one of those that would have been a lot better, obviously, if Burrow was playing. In a game like this, I can see the Bengals keeping it close, but the Broncos winning, and that's exactly what my pick is going to be. It's going to be Bengals to cover, Broncos to win, simply because, look, everyone's going to underrate the Bengals because of how bad Browning played last week, and obviously the Broncos have a good defense, just like the Vikings. But this is like one of those games where Browning plays good. You know, sometimes Browning plays bad, sometimes Browning plays good. This is going to be one of those where Browning plays good. Still, I don't think it's going to be enough to beat the Broncos. The Broncos are a lot better than this Bengals team when Browning is a starter. So, Browning has a good offensive performance, keeps it in striking distance, which means the Bengals cover, but Broncos win after everything. Those are my official picks for Week 4 of the NFL season. I don't have that many official plays, if I'm not mistaken, off the top of my head, like 5, maybe 6. But if we go perfect, we won't be in the positive. but we're climbing our way back in. I just need to have one good week, guys. One good week. It's been 3 weeks, and I have yet to have a good week. This has to be the week. It has to be the week. Let me know your thoughts on my picks for week 4 of the NFL season. Stay tuned for my college football picks coming soon because obviously I do a lot better in college football.